Welcome back, Kid Island Fantasy Football. A couple things. You're probably asking yourself, why haven't I seen the Malone Ranger in a couple of weeks here? Quick answer, Mar Tosenthal. Yeah, you got a little happy with the cord cutting over there, as it were. It's tough to host the Ocho when you got no internet. Finding that one out the hard way. Thanks, Mar. Appreciate it. We're keeping eyes on you there, buddy. I know you're watching us. Two can play that game, Mar Tosenthal. You line cutter guy. Second bit, why is Nick wearing a terrifying bird outfit? Well, we're going to get to it, but basically this is your September recap episode here in the Ocho. We had a lot go on this first month, and you know what? To sum it all up and put a little bow on it, September, folks, was for the birds. So we got a lot to unpack. We got a whole month's worth of things to kind of talk about a little bit here, more and more. So, we're going to kick it over to our first segment.
Hi, Kennedy.
Hi.
Can you tell me something about football?
They were finding about football, and I was going because they knocked me over, and then the other guy helped me get up.
Oh, okay.
Who's your favorite football team?
The other guy, the blue guy.
Oh, the blue guy's your favorite football team. Yeah? Ooh.
What'd you do last summer?
What? School.
You went to school?
Did we go anywhere?
Yeah.
Where'd we go?
I go to. Where I go?
Didn't we go to the beach?
Beach.
Who did we go to the beach with?
Mommy.
And?
You daddy.
And?
I can't remember that name.
Anything else you want to say?
Who's gonna win at fantasy football?
Me.
Yeah?
All right. Well, thanks, Kennedy.
Folks, the one thing that's really been fun here in Season 3, the format changed. This reality show of ours, it's a bit of a hit. We've had here in the first month, we've had 3 cows, 3 commissioners of the week. Let's take a look-see and see how our cows fared here with all this newfound
One
power.
tissue at a time.
What do I have to do? I didn't listen.
And with that, Cruisin' Chili became our first cow, and they did a full Ocho takeover with Christy and Templar being a host. It was glorious, and it was delightful. Which led us into week 2, in which the paper airplane competition led to Hoaloa, which led to Mar getting to bask in the glory of being cow, singing to Jelly Roll like a degenerate. Look at him. Look at him. What do we got? 53 monitors in there. You only need one, buddy. Which led to week 3, in which this lovely guy here in the Dreamweaver's fridge made them the cow for week 3. Makes for a pretty good cow when you got the reigning champion here making rules down here for the flop contestants. Still waiting on that burpee challenge here that was ordered by JRP.
Darian,
Yeah?
who will win fantasy football this year?
Us. Cruisin' Chili.
And who do you think is going to lose?
Flock of Shakas.
Why?
Because they lost the other 2 times, and Chris is bad at picking football players.
Not nice, but okay. Thank you.
And this leads us to our next category, the flops. Now, the flops we've had a little bit of fun with. A lot of it is still TBD. A lot of it is about to happen in this very episode, which might explain this costume. We're going to get to it. Week 1, take a look at this. Week 1, Cruisin' Chili's laid down. The flops had to go around town with signs, and you had to get points with all the locations you could get. This led to an epic weekend of taking pictures around town between Flaggashagas and House Hoaloa. And then when we looked at the points, well, that was a respectable 17, but when you make it your mission in life to win everything that you ever compete in, you get 44, which is how Ho'oloha did, and it was epic and it was glorious, and that was week 1. Week 2. I don't know that the Viking translation of boom cannon was arm made of complete iron. That's what it turned out to be. Here, take a look at this.
I'm impressed, I'll be honest. 5 minutes is no joke.
Dude, those mugs at that beer garden are
Yeah, they're
like
massive.
twice that size.
Flexing on him. Yikes.
Unbelievable. And the punishment handed down from having lost that said competition. The Malone Rangers need to deliver to the league a lovely video describing our top 5 list of our favorite birds. Complex question. Can't answer it just as simply as saying, well, it's this. So here we are. Here we are.
Do you know who plays? Any of the teams?
2 people? I don't know. So like it was like Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. Like that was it.
Okay.
Now, before we get too much further, folks, I feel like this might need a little bit of a backstory. Some of you might be wondering, what's Nick's deal with birds? What's so horrible about a teeny tiny little friendly looking bird? Well, you know what? I'll tell you. Go back to, let's say 1979, Amarillo, Texas. A young baby Malone Ranger is sleeping in his crib. Off into La La Land, a bird flew down the chimney, landed on the crib, had to be chased out of the house. Terrifying. Terrifying. Picture 1985. Another young Malone Ranger in his pajamas right there in the living room watching Alvin and the Chipmunks on the TV on a Saturday morning. Everything's great. Bird flies down the chimney, chases me around the house. Chases me right out into the backyard. I dive over the backyard fence into the neighbor's yard in the pajamas. The neighbor's like, what are you doing in your pajamas? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, you know what, guy? A little terrified. There's a bird flying around my house right now, and it's causing havoc. And he was like, well, that's all fine and great, but maybe put on some clothes. I can't. They're being guarded by the bird circling my house. How about you help me with that? We'll worry about the clothes later. And they said, just a strange choice. It's like, I'm not here for the choice. I'm here for the help on the bird situation. Please. So anyways, long story short, he helped us chase the bird out of the house. Circle to high school. Going to the beach. Friends would throw breadcrumbs at my feet. Seagulls would come swarming around me, attack me on the beach. Horrific. Driving home from high school one day. Bird flies into the driver's side window of my car. I drive off the road. I take out the neighbor's mailbox. It's a nightmare. I've got a million bird stories. The bottom line, folks, I don't like birds. If it has wings, I don't like it. Doesn't matter. A lot of people say, but Nick, what about XYZ? What about this? Is it a bird? I don't like it. Is it kind of like a bird but scarier? Yeah, I also don't like it. Some people are like, what about? Save your whatabouts. The answer is, I don't like them. They're scary. So, that being said, I was commissioned with telling you what my top 5 list of favorite birds are. Well, isn't that a fun question? Isn't that something you can't wait to do? Well, you know what, folks? 2 can play this game. Sure, I'll tell you my top 5 favorite list of birds. Here we go. Number 1. Oh, who didn't like this one, huh? Little Mermaid, Mr. Dinglehopper himself, Mr. Scuttle. Now that's a seagull I like, probably because I like Buddy Hackett, the voice of Scuttle there, the seagull. Delightful. Good friend to Ariel, good friend to Flounder. Not a great singing voice, but we forgive him for that. Scuttle, top number 1 right there, favorite bird. Number 2, how about this? Kevin from Up. Now, I would be terrified of Kevin. He's tall. He looks like the kind of bird that could just run right at you and peck you with the beak. But you know what? We found out Kevin was actually a mom, and Kevin was actually pretty friendly. And the little boy and Up and everything, the whole thing was uplifting, and everybody loved it. Kevin, if you go to the Animal Kingdom there at Disney World and you run into the Kevin, even that was kind of delightful. You know what? I'm going to put Kevin up there. Like it. Number 3, probably mainly because of sense of humor alone, Woody Woodpecker. The laugh's a little annoying. Yeah, it's annoying. We get it, but I tell you what, it's funny, And even with the modern Woody Woodpecker films, ask Vivi. She's all into it. And you know what? I think it's because he's kind of a funny guy. I'm going to go Woody Woodpecker. Yeah, you make the list, pal. Fourth favorite bird. How about Big Bird? Yeah, look at this guy. He's not scaring anybody. You know, he just looks like he wants a hug. He's looking for a buddy. He's looking for somebody to sing a song with him. You know what, Big Bird? You're okay. You know what? No problem. Bring him in here. Fifth favorite bird. I mean, who didn't see it? Tell me you saw this coming. Please, somebody out there tell me that you saw this coming. How about this national treasure? Goose from Top Gun. Gotta be my favorite bird. You know what? I put him fifth. But that means he's probably the most favorite of them all. I mean, you gotta put him ahead of all of the other ones because that's it. And yeah, he may be not a bird, but his name's Goose. It counts. I'm going with it. His favorite bird, Goose. Top Gun. R.I.P. Gone too soon. You know what? That's my top 5 list. And you know, you might notice a commonality there. None of them are real, because if it was a real bird, I'd have a problem with it. So anyways, that's my top 5 list. Top 5 favorite birds. And I'm sticking to it. Now, what you probably are a little bit more interested in finding out about, which I can also dig into, how about my top 5 list of least favorite birds? Well, you know, I can talk about this a little bit more comfortably. How about this one? Number 1 on the list. An emu. Yeah, look at this guy. He's tall, he's angry. I also have an emu story. Ask Heather. Thanksgiving in Hawaii, back when Vivi was just a young, she's 1 years old, somewhere in there. She's pretty little. We go to Thanksgiving in Hawaii, and the in-laws, Heather's parents, really wanted to go get a prefix emu dinner. You're gonna love this one, Corinne. The description of the emu dinner was, oh, you know what about emus? They're really moist. Yeah, big old moist bird. Yeah, you're gonna want this moist emu. Said it about 150,000 times throughout the week. I told Heather if she says it one more time, I'm gonna throw up. But you know what? We didn't have that emu dinner because we went to the wrong restaurant and we ended up eating steak. And it was delightful. Best Thanksgiving in a while at that point, because there was no horrible turkey, which would be the next bird on my list. Turkeys. Look at this guy, the gobbler, the government. Don't like the turkey. You, turkey, are on the list. Now you might be saying, but Nick, what about the turkey trot? Well, it's me, embracing the fears, wearing the terrifying outfit. It's basically like Batman. Batman wears the bat suit because, you know what, he wants to conquer his horrible fear of bats. Well, that's me and the turkeys, which also leads me to, yeah, you know what? I also, Batman, I don't like bats. Because you know what? Who does like horrible vampire bats? You know what? Vampire bats, you're on the list. You're right there with the emus. You're right there with the turkeys. You, vampire bats, because you know what? Nobody wants freaking vampires running around town doing what they do. Nobody's got enough garlic on them at any given time. I know some of us are Italian and we like the garlic, you know what? But you know what? We don't always have it on us. And you might need it. Especially when you find out that some idiot is putting bat houses up in Sierra Cove. That happens. And you know what? I think there needs to be a Facebook post about that once in a while. We'll talk about the torpedo grass or the whatever grass. How about the freaking bringing bats around town? Isn't that something worth discussing once in a while? They don't do it. Next one. This one might surprise you because I do love New York. But how about New York City pigeons? You know what those things will do? They'll land right on you. Right on the shoulder. You just sit there, oh! You know what? That's an instant heart attack for some of us. Some of us, you know, a bird lands on, especially one of those friggin' things. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare you don't want. You walk down Central Park, you're having a good old time. Next thing you know, a pigeon is landing. It's, ooh. I don't like it. I'm going to go on record saying it's a problem. It'd be really nice if a New York mayor once in a while could take care of the pigeon crisis that we've had going on for like the last 100 years. They're not going to do it. And this one shouldn't come as much of a surprise, but it's a bit of a cheat. But if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Larry Bird. You say, what, Larry Bird? Say, yeah. Well, he counts because the last name is Bird, and you know what? His obvious association with Boston. Because you know what? If it's connected to Boston, it's a problem. And you know what, Larry? If you'd have stayed in Indiana, I wouldn't have a problem with that ridiculous mustache and that absurd hairstyle. It'd be fine. You know, because you're pretty good at basketball. But you know what? You're connected to Boston, so you know what? You suck, buddy. You suck. I don't like you. And that's my top 5 list of least favorite birds.
Cece, can you tell me something that you know about football? What do you know about football?
There's cheerleaders.
There's what?
There's cheerleaders.
There's cheerleaders. Oh, yeah, okay. Do you know anything else you could tell us about football? What could you teach Mommy about football?
Yes.
And you know what? We're going to kick it on. This bird theme is not quite done yet. We've got one more segment I need to go. I think we've got a special breaking news alert. I don't know if anybody else has noticed some strange goings on in the neighborhood as of late, but, well, we might have ourselves a bird problem. Has anybody else been noticing some of the strange looking birds that have been flying around? Take a look at this segment. It's almost like these birds are in some kind of a bird army. I mean, these birds do look pretty athletic. They are a little bit terrifying, though. I mean, these two right here, they'll cut you. You know, you gotta watch out. Vicious. These ones right here, you know, you cross the street if you see them coming at you. And these fellas, I mean, they're happy. I'll give them that. They are very happy, but, I'm telling you what, these birds, I don't know what they've got going on, but it's almost like they got something planned. You know, they look at these. They're plotting something. They're plotting something right here in front of us. We got to keep an eye out is what we got to do, because we don't need another. We just got rid of the elf army. We got rid of all the other stuff. And now we got a freaking bird gathering of some kind. I don't know if it's an army. I don't know what they're up to. But it seems like they got something we got to get to the bottom of this season. So neighbors, stay tuned. Because you know what? We found the leader. It's Joe Sunglasses here. He's lightning fast. He's ice cold. So be careful.
Can you tell me about football?
Football.
What about it?
Buzz.
Buzz?
Yeah.
Mavi, who plays football?
On TV.
It's on TV. Do we play fantasy football? What are you doing, crazy man? Maverick, who's gonna win fantasy football?
Buzz.
Buzz. Are you sure, Buzz? Whose team is Buzz on? Is he on Stargazers?
Right here.
What's something you know about football?
They touchdown.
Yeah. Anything else?
They're big. They're big sides.
They're big size.
What are those?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are you excited about football this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we make some good picks at draft night?
No.
We didn't. What do you know about football? What were you saying the winner should get?
Ice cream.
Yeah. From where? Where are we right now?
Yeah. Ice cream. Oh, let me.
So here's a fun news segment. We're going to call it the Tastes of Kid Island. Because if you think about it, over the last couple of years, this group has discovered some interesting tastes that we've kind of latched onto, and we kind of keep making it work. And you know what? That's a good thing. And a lot of us have some pretty distinctive recipes that kind of fit with our overall house brand. So you know what? We're going to have at the Ojo here, we're going to get a correspondent to come in here and once a month kind of give us the flavors of Kid Island.
All right, here we are tonight at the RT F&F TNF. That's the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Thursday Night Football. Got America's team playing up over here. New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys. Over at Joe's house. Lots of friends. All right, so here we go. We're going to open up the Lay's IHOP Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Lay's chips.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Woo! Can't wait.
All right.
Do you want one way?
Go get one. There we go.
Ready?
To the chips.
To the chips.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
It tastes.
It's like if you took breakfast and put it in a chip.
It's actually not bad.
Pretty good.
I told you.
Yeah.
I
good?
Don't hate it.
See, he's back for another one.
Templar says no. Riker, how about you?
It tastes like a waffle.
Yeah. All right. How's everybody else going in for seconds?
Gotta be a generational thing.
Got a couple of no votes.
CC, what do you think of the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity strawberry top pancakes with bacon potato chip? That's good, huh? Yeah! We got one that likes it. No.
Seems like a lot.
This is just wrong.
It is cursed. That is witchcraft. It shouldn't exist. It tastes like strawberries. It is potato chips.
It doesn't taste good.
Yeah, it tastes like I happen to bag, folks.
All right, this is one of our members of What the Fuck. Here's the question, Jonas. Explain something about football.
Footballs are like a popular sport in America. Very physical. You have to be tough. And the goal of the game is to beat the other team badly.
Okay, next question. What did you do last summer?
Last summer, played a lot of video games. Kind of like went on a cruise. Played basketball and went to a camp and went in the pool.
All right, sounds good. Which team is going down this season?
All of them, because we won by 1 point majority of the time, so that's why.
And then who's winning it all?
Us, of course, since we're the best.
What's our team name?
What the fuck?
Folks, it's been a great month. It has been for the birds, but you know what? There's been a lot of great stuff going on here too. So you know what? Let's take a quick look at some highlights that we've had around town here for the last month. And folks, if you've got more, feel free to send them on in. We'll make sure they get into a spot here. But you know what? We'll see you out there. More fun to be had in spooky season as we enter October. We'll see you out there.